I hope you feeling great because this is chapter 8. Disclaimer. This lesson is for educational purposes only. It is not financial, legal, medical, or mental advice. The goal is to help you understand financial discipline, social pressure, outside influences, setbacks, and practical habits that support better money decisions. In part 1, we talked about awareness. Part 2, money, where the money's going. Part 3, needs, wants, money leaks. 4, emergency fund. 5, debt. 6, credit. 7, interest. Now, in part 8, we are talking about financial discipline because knowing what to do is one thing, doing it consistently is another. A lot of people know they should save money. They know they should avoid unnecessary debt. They know they should stop impulse spending, track their money, build an emergency fund. But life tests discipline, people test discipline, social media, stress, old habits, setbacks test discipline. So this lesson is about learning how to stay on mission when the pressure starts. And that is where we started at part 1, and this is where we at part 8. And that's just how life is with journeys. You always start at a part 1 and then to infinity and beyond you go. Chapter 1, discipline is the bridge. Welcome back to part 8 of this financial literacy series. Today we are talking about financial discipline. Discipline is not about being perfect. Discipline is not about never wanting things. Discipline is not about being hard on yourself. Discipline is the ability to keep returning to the plan even when your emotions, your environment, and your old habits try to pull you away. A lot of people think discipline means you feel motivated every day, and that is a lie. That is the biggest lie ever, actually. Discipline is when you separate your feelings from your actions. When it comes to doing things, instead of hearing that thought in your head, I don't feel like, and making it a manifestation of saying, oh, I don't feel like doing this today. I don't feel like doing that today. It's not no feeling. You have to just push through it. Eventually, if you in other videos I mentioned, when you're doing things that's bettering your life, you have to make fun of it. Find the fun, find enjoyment, frame it differently. Stop looking at it as a chore, a task, something you have to do. And also stop forcing results. Like when it comes to fitness, finance, and anything else, people force results from it, and then results or lack thereof make them feel like it's not worth doing it anymore. That's not what you're doing it for. Vain reasons will always be the downfall of any long-term goals. When you're looking for external validation from it, good luck. Discipline means you know the mission even when motivation is gone. Motivation starts the journey. Discipline keeps you walking. Chapter 2, motivation is a spark, discipline is a system. Motivation is useful, but motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. You may feel motivated after watching a video, hearing a speech, getting paid, or starting fresh, but eventually that feeling fades. Then what? That is where systems matter. A system could be tracking your spending every Friday, moving money to savings on payday, using a 24-hour pause before unnecessary purchases. You can actually start off with a small amount if you have enough income where you don't have to worry about your whole paycheck being gone. You can speak to your employer, or if you have an employee portal, you can add the savings account manually so it comes out when your paycheck comes out and you don't even have to think about the money. Using a 24-hour pause before unnecessary purchases, keeping a list of bills and due dates, deleting shopping apps, carrying snacks so you do not impulse buy food, checking your credit report regularly. Discipline is easier when your system does some of the work for you. Do not rely on willpower alone. Build structure. Chapter 3, social pressure is expensive. One major reason people break their money plan is social pressure. Friends want to go out. Family expects you to show up. Coworkers invite you to spend. People ask, why are you changing? Someone says, you only live once. And watch how long they be in debt for their whole life. Someone says, don't be cheap. Someone says, you always talking about money. Someone says, just put it on the card. But here is the truth. Some people will pressure you to spend money they are not going to help you replace. They will encourage the purchase, but they will not help with the bill. And some people will make fun of your spending when you broke. They will tell you to come out, but they will never pay your rent. They will laugh when you say no, but they will not pay your debt. Financial discipline means learning how to say, I am not doing that right now. I have a plan. I am working on my future, because your future depends on you. Your future does not depend on the people around you. You don't even know if those people are going to be around, especially if you are people who have vain connections with people. If people rock with you because of the way you dress, or you trying to dress to keep up with people. If people like you because of your vehicle, maybe you the friend in the group with the car and you giving everybody rides to everywhere y'all go. Those people do not care about you. Unfortunately, they care about your resources though, so it sometimes it gives off the illusion that they care about you, but snatch whatever you giving away from them and watch how much they care about you. Chapter 4: outside influences shape your spending. Your spending does not happen in a vacuum. You are influenced every day. Social media, advertising, music videos, influencers, friends, family, co-workers, dating pressure, trends, culture, childhood experiences, community expectations, the stores you walk into, the apps on your phone, the people you spend time with, the content you watch. All of these things can shape what feels normal. If everyone around you spends without planning, saving can feel strange. If everyone around you finances everything, that can feel normal. If your feed is full of luxury lifestyles, your life can start to feel like failure. And how many of the falsified luxury lifestyles being exposed does it take for people to stop taking that type of content seriously, let alone feeling like they want it? Enjoy your life you have right now. It's really ungrateful for people to already have necessities that most people around the world don't have, because regardless to all of this content that get all you Americans riled up about stuff in America, people around the world generally live way worse than we do. Like, it's so many people living in poverty, full poverty, worse than the homeless people we have out here, which is hard to believe, but there are people who have it worse than our homeless people. They don't have access, like how they could at least go somewhere and get AC. There are places where people don't have any of that. So while you're focusing on the things you don't have, focus on the people who don't have what you have. Get some gratitude in your life, because all of these things you get, you're never grateful for them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a budget based off of constantly buying them, because it's not making you a better person. It's not getting you into doors. It's getting you around superficial people, other people who probably want to take advantage of you, and the same rich people y'all want to eat. You are the reason they are rich. Financial discipline requires awareness of influence. Ask yourself, who or what keeps making me want to spend? Chapter 5: social media can create fake urgency. Social media is designed to keep your attention. And where your attention goes, your money can follow. Ads are targeted. Influencers are selling. Trends move fast. Comparison is constant. You may see someone's trip, outfit, body, car, apartment, relationship, business, or lifestyle and suddenly feel like you're behind, but you don't see the roaches. You don't see the roaches. You don't see the breaks. You don't see the cheating. You don't see the body pains they have. You don't see the car breaking down because it's unreliable and it has low fuel mileage. You don't see the constant trips they need to take to the gas station, or the fact that many of them only could put $5 or $10 in that car that you idolize. Many of them, when they go to get their first oil change and they see that it's $200-$300, now they on TikTok telling the world about it. Then you spend to catch up to a life that may not even be real. That is dangerous. A lot of online content is edited, sponsored, financed, rented, borrowed, or staged. You may be comparing your real budget to someone else's performance. So before you spend, pause and ask, did I want this before I saw it? Or did the internet give me this urge? That's like when I used to make $9 an hour in 2009, and I had coworkers who had all types of life responsibilities. And given that people come to work and tell all their business, I was able to later discover those people didn't make more than me. They made $9 too, but they were also getting all type of assistances that I didn't have. That's why they were able to have more. So you just never know. People could tell you whatever that they're doing if they're trying to sell a narrative. Like, the only truth you know is the one you have in your own life from the things you learn about yourself and the things you do for yourself. Chapter 6: family pressure and money guilt. Family pressure can be one of the hardest parts of financial discipline. Sometimes people feel guilty for saving money. They feel guilty for saying no. They feel guilty for not helping every time someone asks. They feel guilty for having boundaries. And sometimes the need is real, but you have to understand something. If every dollar you save is immediately available to everyone else, you may never build stability. That does not mean you stop caring. It means you create boundaries. You can love people and still have limits. You can help sometimes and still protect your emergency fund. You can say, I cannot do that right now. I'm working on my own stability. I can help in this way, but I cannot give money today. Boundaries are not selfish when they protect survival. And if you find yourself explaining your boundaries, more than likely the new change is destroying the dynamic you had with this person, and the benefit that they had from you, the boundaries is now blocking them from reaching that. So no explanation is going to make a person understand that. So good luck with that one. Good luck. Because for me, I was a yes man, so you can say no. I was a yes man to everyone. Every need that people had, I provided it. Did I level them up? No, I did not. No one who repeatedly needed me ever grew up, because once you become a source of something, you create learned helplessness. That is the same thing as people who feed animals. If the animal was a hunter before you started feeding it, if you continue feeding that animal, it will not hunt anymore. It will begin to wait for you. Humans do the same thing, especially people who are unconscious. It feels good to say, oh, they were using me, like if they planted it like the Wicked Witch from Snow White and they gave you the poison apple. But no, a lot of people are unconscious. Now, granted, there are some people who are intentionally manipulative, but there are not that many in the circles. If you're struggling, it is not that many around you like you think. Most of those people are in survival mode, and there's really nothing you can do for them. If you really matter to them, they will meet you where you are. You should not have to downgrade and hold back and redo old habits just to fit in with people. Otherwise, you're never going to grow, because these people are not growing. You're still associating with them, unfortunately, because it's family, and people have brainwashed you that, blood is thicker than water. Baby, every family is different. Some families, blood is thicker than water, and other families, they will sell you for parts by sundown. So good luck with all of that. Chapter 7, the pressure to look successful. A lot of people spend money to look like they're doing better than they feel. New clothes, new phone, expensive outings, car upgrades, trips, restaurants, posting everything, buying things to prove they're not struggling. But looking successful and being stable are not the same thing. You can look rich and be broke. You can look quiet and be building. You can look simple and be free. Financial discipline means choosing stability over performance. You do not have to prove your worth with purchases. And like I said, previous video, there is a reason that the people with the least money in the country has the largest buying power in the country, because stuff like this. You do not have to impress people who are not responsible for your bills. You do not have to go broke trying to look like you have money. And if you save up enough money, you can move to a new city and start a new life. You can meet new people in your own city, but you can move somewhere else and you don't have to worry about impressing people. Setbacks are a part of the process. Now let's talk about setbacks. You will have setbacks. You may overspend, miss a budget, use your emergency fund, get hit with an unexpected bill, fall behind, make a purchase you regret, stop tracking for a week, get discouraged. That does not mean mission is over. A setback is not a sign. It is a detour. The problem is not the setback. The problem is when shame convinces you to quit. Do not let one mistake become a whole season of giving up, especially if you one of those people who make it your reality. Oh, stuff always happen. Whenever you do that, you create a self-fulfilling prophecy that you will continue to fulfill, because you already gave up on the reality that you can grow, and you submitted yourself to failure, and that stuff always pops up. Therefore, things will, even though many of those things could have been things you neglected. I've seen people never get an oil change on their vehicle, and then they start saving money. And when the engine get locked like a life sentence, oh, the devil busy. No, you were busy, but you weren't busy at the dealership. Pause, review what happened, adjust, return to the plan. Chapter 9, mistakes are data, not identity. When you make a money mistake, do not turn it into your identity. Do not say, I am bad with money. I always mess up. I cannot do this. I will never change. Those statements keep you stuck. Instead, ask better questions. What happened? What was I feeling? Who was I with? Was I tired? Was I stressed? Was I pressured? Was I trying to impress someone? Was I trying to escape a feeling? Did I fail to plan? Did I have too much access to money? Did I need a better system? The mistake has information inside of it. Use the lesson. Do not become the mistake. Don't. I mean, you can. It's free will. So do what you please. Chapter 10, the comeback plan. You need a comeback plan before you need it. Because when people mess up, they often panic. They avoid the bank account, stop tracking, stop budgeting, feel ashamed, then damage grows. A comeback plan helps you return faster. Here is a simple comeback plan. Step one, look at the numbers. Step two, write down what happened. Step three, stop the leak. Step four, decide the next action plan. Step five, restart today, not next month. Do not wait for Monday. Do not wait for payday. Do not wait for a perfect reset. I'm going to start over Sunday. I'm going to start over on the first of the month. I'm going to start over on New Year. Restart with the next decision. Your pattern system don't wait on dates. Your pattern system waits on action. So the more you do towards it, that's the closer you're going to get to it. And again, find fun in it. Make it something that you like, the same way. Think about everything you do with ease. A lot of people go out with ease. A lot of people get alcohol and drugs with ease. A lot of people call and do stuff with their friends or chase after men or women with ease. Find a way to make your goals that same appealing. Get with that same appeal. That way, instead of making it seem like something that you don't want to do, because you get what you pay for. If you have financial illiteracy, then everything you have going on right now is due to that. You can continue if you want to, but look at all of the people around you, especially people with similar habits to yours, especially the older ones. Look at everybody around you that's older who never grew out of it. Because once people become adults, you can't tell people nothing no more. People are above correction. If you correct a person, it's always a word. You being this or you being that for telling them about something. So you have to correct yourself, or life will continue giving you the same lessons, and you're going to continue trauma bonding with other people who have the same lessons, but you're going to blame it on outside sources, even though a lot of the blame is not even able to be traced back to the sources that's being blamed. So essentially, you're delusional. Discipline becomes easier when your environment support the choice. If shopping apps tempt you, delete them. If save cards make spending too easy, remove them. If social media makes you compare, mute accounts. If friends pressure you, prepare your answer ahead of time. If money disappears from checking, move savings to a separate place. If you forget due dates, set reminders. If you buy impulse food, plan simple meals. If you overspend one board, create a free activity list. Do not ask, how can I have more willpower? Ask, how can I make the bad habit harder and the good habit easier? The power of saying no. One of the strongest financial skills is saying no. No to impulse spending. No to unnecessary debt. No to pressure. No to fake urgency. No to emotional purchases, people pleasing with money, spending for appearances, habits that keep you stuck. Like I mentioned in another video, I don't think it's in this lesson, but I definitely mentioned it. I knew someone who was working 2 and 3 jobs as a single adult to be able to continuously finance this aesthetic of having a luxurious life. For people on the internet who don't give a F about them, for people on the internet, when times were hard, no one was there for them. But this person continued to live this life, cosplaying trips, not even enjoying the trips, being harassed on the trips, just to be able to get a pretty picture for the internet. Which means if you look at every post that you post related to the stuff you're buying, you paid to post that. So if you took pictures and put it on Instagram and it's 10 pictures, but the trip was $10,000, that means you paid $1,000 to be able to, per picture, to post. You're paying for people that don't care about you. That is why everyone is so lonely and depressed, because you are looking for things on the outside that you're supposed to build on the inside. When you build things on the inside, you will find it on the outside, because you will know how it looks in its genuine form. When you're looking for love, which is when you have self-love, you will be able to identify when a person has love that they can provide to you, because you love yourself, and you will see that, oh, this person takes care of themselves. They have self-love. They don't self-abandon. They don't people please. They don't give their internal needs to outside sources. Until then, you will continue going on these dating shows, dating apps, and all of this, like you shooting dice for Monopoly, thinking that, oh, one day you're going to find the right one. You will never find the right one if you are wrong on the inside. You have to right yourself first. So that's the simple thing. You can try whatever you want. You may look up and get someone that you get a few years out of, but eventually the walls will come crumbling down, because it's built on lies. It's built on comfort, A lot of relationships many people have are comfort based. So people mistake comfort with love. If you're someone who is the taxi, who is the bank, who is the trauma dumping site, you are not love. You are a comfort connection. If you take that away from those people who use it the most, they will turn on you. They will attack you verbally. Some of them may go on smear campaigns. So remember, this is because many people were not taught that. Majority people, parents had kids to have them, and it was a rush job. And that's not a good or a bad thing. It's reality. So when it comes to many people, it is not normal for people to be aware of true self-love. It's self-love in the wild seems like so many different things to people. People can't put a name on it. When a person is securing themselves, when a person walks in the room or at the gym and not looking around at every face like they ready to serve a lawsuit to somebody. Back to the lesson. Know the habits that keep you stuck. At first, saying no may feel uncomfortable. People may not understand. You may feel guilty. You may feel like you're missing out. But every no creates room for a better yes. Yes to stability. Yes to savings. Yes to debt freedom. Yes to peace. Yes to choices. Yes to future. No is not negative when it protects something important. But and to double back on the previous rant, it is not saying that people are just evil. You were unaware when you created these connections with people. You played a part as well. Learn the part so you do not repeat the part. Trying to find it in new people, you will repeat it because you still have something that you need to work on. It could be from childhood. It could be from teenager. It could be from traumas. Some people who have unhealed traumas tend to have multiple traumas because the unhealed trauma makes them a compass towards traumatic situations. Or possibly situations that build up to traumatic situations that a person regulated would have shut down, would have stopped the fire. That's a video on its own right there that I made already. But this is the finance section, so I'm trying to stay on topic. Step 13, build a supportive circle. The people around you matter a whole lot. Some people will support your growth. Some people will test it. Some people will mock it because your discipline makes them uncomfortable. Some people will respect your plan. Some people will invite you into better habits. Start paying attention. Who helps you stay focused? Who pressures you to spend? Who respects your boundaries? Who makes you feel like you have to perform? Who talks about growth, learning, and building? You do not need a perfect circle, but you do need awareness. Your environment can either support your future or keep you repeating your past. Personal life lesson for me in my 20s, of course, no boundaries. So I've always had a rocket personality and polymath habits of being into all types of stuff. And I had to land my rocket for a long time because majority of the people I was around was stagnant, like the family I grew up around. So they felt like home. But it is my responsibility, even though it was unconscious, I still had consequences. So clearly it's my responsibility. It's not like life just said, oh, he doesn't know, let's pass him on by with the consequences. No, I definitely endured the consequences of being around people who I'm not matched with, having to not use certain intellectual words or talk about certain intellectual things because they'd rather gossip or go to the club or drink or chase after cat or cock or all of these other things. And that got me nowhere. Because anytime growth happened, because even though I grounded my rocket, I still had growth happening. It was always something weird happening. You make more money, they want more money to borrow from you. You set boundaries about money, you acting funny. It's always stuff with these types of people because their whole emotional pathway is full of chaos. So they are used to chaos. Even if they play victim to chaos, notice they always are around it. And they may even initiate it. And if the person's response is bigger than their initial offensive attack, then they're victims. So yeah, these people will suck your life away. And all of these good things you're doing to be a good person, first of all, there is no such thing as a good person. We all have good and bad in us. Each decision we make is a choice. And not to mention, good and bad is really based off of what you believe in. There is a lot of stuff that Americans support that is considered evil. War is one of them. So again, good and bad, your focus needs to be healthy, healed, aware. So you can decide what you want to do. You decide how you feel about this person. If this person benefits you and not being the floor mat for people. Like, do you see how dirty floor mats be when you shake them off? Chapter 14, discipline is built through repetition. Discipline is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built through repetition, tracking, saving, saying no again, checking the budget, pausing, returning after a setback. Every repeated choice tells your brain, this is who I'm becoming. I am someone who pays attention. I am someone who protects my money. I am someone who can pause, who can recover, who builds. You're not just changing numbers, you're changing identity. And you also have the internet on your side now. That is an advantage that we have never had in history. This level of information has never been available to humankind simultaneously. Use it. You're on the internet looking at social media, switch up your content. You can still look at whatever you want because, again, free will. But a recommendation would be to also look at where you're going. If you in a certain field in life, if you work in a hotel, if you work here, look up videos about people who 50, 60, 70, 80 doing it and what mistakes they made. Look up mistakes that people wish they would have did differently. Look up lives that's similar to yours. If you have questions about friends and stuff, look up videos to see what other people went through. You're going to see your life is more common than you think. It may not be common to where one person is exactly like you, but little aspects are common to where people have endured it. Use this knowledge. Stay out of all of this rage-based stuff. It is wasting your time. None of these things with rage-bait related will change. The people you hate that rage-bait, they're not going anywhere. You're feeding the fire. The stuff in the world going on, you being mad is not going to fix that. Unless you know the Charmed ones or Sabrina the Teenage Witch, ain't shit happening. Stop wasting your life on people who keep wanting you to be a part of hostile groups when these groups are not doing anything. Your community starts with you, people you love, and people who love you back. That's your community. It's no other community. I don't care if you're green, you're orange, if you twerk on Wednesdays. Everybody else who twerk on Wednesdays is not magically your community unless they are your community. Focus on your life. All of this stuff, negative stuff in the world and putting fear and putting anger, it is a distraction. There is nothing healthy about putting fear or anger in people. You can make people aware of things without changing their state of mind or putting them in a panic mode. And that is how they cash in on you buying stuff, because majority of people who have shopping impulse spending is usually emotionally related. It's usually a relief. So if I keep pissing you off on the internet and you seeing ads in between stuff, you're going to buy that. That is why monetization and all of this ad placement stuff is by design, baby. People have marketing degrees for a reason. And a big part of marketing is psychology. So learn yourself so other people can stop manipulating you. Chapter 15, this week's action plan. Identify one social pressure that's affecting your spending. Identify one online influence that makes you want to spend. Mute, unfollow, delete, or limit one influence. Prepare one sentence for saying no. Step 5, write a comeback plan for your next setback. Step 6, choose one system that makes discipline easier. Step 7, review your progress without shame, because literally you're not aware of this stuff. You cannot blame that. If you want to have shame for financial illiteracy, go back and find out about what you did between the ages of 1 and 5 and be embarrassed about that too, since we holding each other unaccountable and accountable for things that we did when we were unaware. Like, chill. This week is about protecting your plan, because the plan does not only need math, the plan needs boundaries. Financial discipline is not about being perfect. It is about staying connected to the mission. Social pressure will happen. Outside influence will happen. Temptation, setbacks, old habits. But you are not powerless. You can pause. You can say no. You can change your environment. You can build better systems. You can recover after mistakes. You can protect your future even when other people do not understand. Remember, motivation may start the journey, but discipline keeps you moving. And discipline is not built by never failing. Actually, failing makes you strongest because you find your weak points. Baby, find your weak points. Find your weak points. And the things you do on your own makes you stronger, because when you're able to overcome stuff by yourself, any future things are not going to hit as hard as they would, because I overcame financial illiteracy, which is something that hundreds of millions of people are financially illiterate, like hundreds of millions. So this week, protect your plan, watch your influences, prepare for pressure, expect setbacks, and keep coming back. This is how financial change becomes real. Stay tuned for chapter 9 or video 9, whatever, number 9, 7, 8, 9. That's why 8 always full.